Hey, yo, Apollo, why don't you buy some Bitcoin,
El Salvador. We're gonna do an update. I'm gonna keep track of these guys pretty evidently. El Salvador is giving $30 worth of Bitcoin to their citizens for all their tax-paying citizens. That's good news. It's good to hear. Have you ever seen the podcast What Bitcoin Did?
No.
No. Well, I recommend you check it out sometime. This is what the hell's that guy's name? Shit, I forget his name. What the hell's his name? You don't know his name, Spike?
It's up on the left,
Peter
I think.
McCormick. Peter McCormick.
Yep.
Peter McCormick. He's a English guy. He's from the UK. He's kind of like us. You know what I mean? He's kind of a Bitcoin maxi, I think, a little bit. But he got first famous for like turning like $10,000-$15,000 into well over $1 million with crypto, and then lost it all, and then kind of come back. Well, anyway, he did an interview with the president of El Salvador, which I'm not gonna try to say his name because I'll just butcher it. And I recommend people listen to it. You know, it's an hour long interview, and I listened to the whole thing. And I don't hear evil tyrant that's trying to corrupt everything and steal American dollars. You know what I mean? I think he's just a normal guy that sees Bitcoin kind of like the way we do. And like we said for a long time, I think third world countries are going to benefit the most and first. And I've been saying that for years.
Right.
And yet here we are, the first ones are going to step, hats off to them because they're the first ones. And he asked him, well, what's going to happen if it fails? And he's like, well, the current system that we're in right now is failing. So why not try something else? And if it doesn't work, we'll go back. I mean, we'll just go back. And they act like you said you heard something about the government. You have the army and the Air Force and people to vote in a specific way. I do not see that or get that. Like Mr. Steve Hanke and his smear campaign about fucking this is from the evil corruption of I mean, just hearing him say them words, you know where the evil corruption is. It's with people like Mr. Hanke. That's where the fucking, the suppressing people are. This guy here, they're giving away 100, I think it works out to like $160 million, which doesn't sound like a lot to the US $1 trillion printing shit, but that's a lot in El Salvador, and they're giving it just to help people get alongside. And you don't have to have it. You don't have to use it. It's going to run alongside the US dollar for now, and they're just going to see. And if you're a consumer or a customer and you go into the store, you have the choice of using the Bitcoin or using the US dollar. And on the other side, if you're the storefront or whatever, you have the choice of you have to accept either, but you have the right to immediately turn that Bitcoin into US dollars. You know what I mean? So they're not forcing anybody to make a particular decision the way the rest of the world's painting them. So I'm going to be watching them close. I hope it works out. And if it does, the only issues that I've seen from this interview and stuff like that, if there are issues coming, they're going to be like technical issues. Because I heard other YouTubers and stuff like that I follow that a Bitcoin transaction, it takes like $10 and they're giving them $30 to, in one transaction, you buy again with the cup of coffee thing.
See, isn't this where Jack Mallers comes in though? Because he's the dude from Strike, right? And from what I'm understanding, you can use Strike and have like lower fees. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but I heard that somewhere. So maybe they'll implement Strike somehow so that people can have lower fees.
Yeah, well, that same thing with the Lightning Network, and that's what Strike is. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's webbed into there. Someone, it's really, really technical stuff, and more technical than I could provide answers for. But that's where it's kind of like let's just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll see. I hope it works, and if it doesn't, maybe they lean more into other kinds of cryptos. You know,
Right.
maybe Bitcoin Cash is the answer, or you know, or something else that's backed by Bitcoin, some sort of stable.
Right.
The volatility is, you know, another question that they have about it, but we'll see.
You know, that brings up the question, will there ever be currency that's backed by Bitcoin? You know, like could the El Salvador, whatever it is, dollar be backed by Bitcoin? I'm sure it could be. They could figure out a way to do it.
Well, what I think is funny is that like people like that Hanky guy and all that shit, and other people that want to smear the Bitcoin, they talk about the volatility, or it's so volatile or whatever. Well, I could tell you how to like stop it from being quite so fucking volatile is stop the fucking short trade,
Right.
you know, in the leverage trading.
Right.
You know, I know that I did that. I messed around with it and whatever, but I'm not doing it no more. And I did it with like 3x or whatever. But still, I think same thing with the stock markets and all that stuff. If they can short something, or you can leverage trade it, or have futures, you can manipulate it, and
Right.
they know that, and so doesn't Steve Hanke and people like that, because they went to school and got tons of money, a hell of a lot more intelligent than I am. But I know you can do it, and I can show you how. You know,
Right.
you go on BitMEX, and crypto's fucking way off the fucking charts. So check out this. On BitMEX, you can like 100x leverage trade. You know,
Really?
and you're on a centralized fucking exchange. Where they can clearly see, oh, we're 70% leveraged to the up, or we're, you know, it looks like about 60% of the people are short. Okay, well, we'll buy, and you just absolutely wreck the whole fucking market.
It's just low hanging fruit for them.
Why wouldn't they do it?
Yeah.
That's why they're not gonna, and they know that. And then they come up with this bullshit with, wow, we got to do like that Robin Hood shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wow, we got to stop this nonsense because these people don't understand. We're just doing it to protect you.
Right.
And them same fucking people that are saying that shit are the ones that are pulling this bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not fucking brilliant, and I'm I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not, but all you got to do, it's not hard to see, it's not complicated to see, and these people know that, they clearly know that, you know.
Whoever the they is that we always talk about, they're freaking out, right?
Well, in the long run, yeah, Bitcoin is kind of, I do believe that is, but the problem with Bitcoin, just like your kooky eye guy that you talk about, what the hell's his name?
Yeah.
The Big Short. The hell's his name?
Mike Burry.
Mike Burry. He's another guy. He gets it. His problem is not with Bitcoin. He understands the shorts and the longs of it. That's how they manipulate it. So people just think, oh, Bitcoin's evil, scary. No, can't have nothing to do with that. It's not. You can't manipulate Bitcoin. You can't manipulate the blockchain specifically. But as soon as they start making paper Bitcoin, fake Bitcoin futures,
right,
and allow these fucking idiots to leverage trade, you know what I mean? Then they can force it whichever direction you want, you know.
Right.
And the people that get fucked are the small people,
the little
people
guy,
like these guys, like this country right here.
Yeah.
Know? But if this country does it, and then Paraguay does it, maybe Panama, Guatemala, hell, maybe even get in Mexico. I even heard rumors about Canada bringing it up in conversation.
Really?
Imagine that. Old fucking Biden's gonna piss his fucking diaper. Shit like that starts happening.
So
we'll see.
You know, the one more thing, we'll move on to the next part. You know, I wonder how much of this Bitcoin that's being issued by El Salvador is just going to be lost because folks won't use it. You know, I hope that there's a whole lot of education on how to use it so that Bitcoin doesn't go by the wayside. But if it does go by the wayside, everybody else's Bitcoin becomes worth more. So
Yeah, unfortunately, I hope that they're doing a good job with that. And this guy seems to be on par. I mean, I agreed with 90% of everything that he said. He talked about the IMF uh, not jiving with what they're doing and not recommending it, but they're not going to offer help as far as technical side of it or education or providing tech people to help set this up. But
Right.
according to him, he don't need it. He's got plenty of really smart people that are all over it, and they're pretty excited about it. And they're not just there. He says you got plenty of people. He's even got more people reaching out from all over the world saying, "Hey, how can I help? I really know this stuff, and I'd be more than willing to help you for free."
I say
You
good for
know,
El Salvador.
we'll see what happens, man. I'm rooting for him. I'm paying attention.